Should be up.
Yep.
Alright. Good afternoon to some, and good evening to others. I'd like to welcome you to round 4 of 16 here in the ARC F1 Euro Series at Silverstone today. About to get it going with some qualifying.
Only 12 drivers today, but got one joining during quali, and either way, set to have a probably competitive race here. Is anybody out on track yet? I don't. Nope.
Does not look like it. Only about 35 seconds into the session at the moment. Waiting for the first car out, and it looks like it'll be Luke Allen in the Mercedes, yeah.
Just pull up the standings. Pretty close to the front. Liam Craig, who's not here today, leads with 50 points. Al Hasmi second place with 42. Matthew Stotts in third with 36. Yeah, Liam's not here, so this is a huge opportunity for Al Hasmi and Matt Stotts.
Looks like it. Plenty of points to be made up with good results today. Luke Allen, interestingly enough, first on track. Makes room, though, for the AlphaTauri. Goes out on the medium compound tires, yeah. Just thinking the same.
Oh, maybe he's just trying to put a banker in and saving his softs for the race. Maybe he learned something last night.
Let's take a look if anybody else thought the same. No, it looks like every other driver has elected softs for the moment. I believe it should be the AlphaTauri of Manet's Joy that will be the first to lay down a lap. He was who Luke Allen originally made space for.
Yeah, he's to be the first to start one. Gotta get cars scoping off. Saw a lot of different varieties of strategy last night, Alex. What do you think might be the most successful one tonight?
I mean, there were so many strategies, I'd say, just beginning to end, both in terms of, you know, racing and apexing strategy. A lot of different lines we saw on the track, as well as a lot of different tire strategies and whatnot along the way. I think it'll be very straightforward with a short field here today. There won't be much room for variation the way there was, you know, room to mess with one strategy or another, thinking that it'll get you more or less positions up the grid, just because in a race like today's, there's less positions to fight for in the end. So I think it'll be very cut and dry. I mean, I very well could be wrong, but I think we'll see straight strategies, maybe a hard to a soft compound or a hard to a medium, and maybe the inverse, but not much room for variation unless we see some incidents occur, of course.
We just saw Connor Hannick get into the lobby, so he'll be able to set a time. We got 13 drivers waiting on Tyler Crabtree. So we'll have 14, so 4 people will go home empty-handed in terms of points, but 10 will get those points. See, I think that was Luke Allen who ended up going fastest in Sector 2 on the medium.
Certainly plenty of points to be fought for today. Following along now with Jamie Knock for the moment. Currently finds himself P4 in the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, not far off the third.
2 laps coming across, one after the other, and it's Luke Allen on provisional pole, only to get beat by about 3 seconds by Abdul Al Hazmi. And that will be a invalidated lap for Jamie Knock, unfortunately.
Boryoshi at the top of the time.
Boryoshi by about a tenth, and Mikey de Jong splitting the difference, taking P2 with the 125.7. 7.9, that is.
125s.
3 drivers already, and it should be noted in last night's ARC F1 Grand Prix here. We only had, I think, 4 or 5 drivers total by the end of qualifying make it into the 125s. 3 here with so much time left in the session. I can only imagine that the times will continue to drop.
Just waiting on Setchel now to finish his lap. Next to cross the line. He'll go P6.
Respectable time with the 127.8, but he'll be looking to drop that, I'm sure. Plenty of time left to do so, of course.
It's Collins.
Collins laying down the 129. I think one of those AlphaTauris may be the next.
OPJ Ratters.
Through the final chicane now, yep. And what'll it be? Across the line for P4, yeah. With the 126.4. Not bad at all. Does not appear to be too many hot laps going on at the moment. A few drivers, as mentioned, already into the 125s. But with so much time left in the session, of course, over 11.5 minutes left, that's plenty of time for 2, maybe even 3 cycles of hot laps. So as the track continues to rubber in, I'm sure times will just continue to drop.
Yeah, Legit Rhino chose to do another cooldown lap, and he's going for another hot one here. It was just him and Jamie Knock on a lap now. Jamie Knock is actually still warming the tires. Collins goes quicker by half a second, but didn't improve position. Rhino is up on his time, but it's not going to be enough to improve his position.
Not at his current pace, however, down the backstretch he goes. Currently sitting on P5.
He's 3/10 up, but he's a second off of P4, so he's going to have to pull some miracle out in the final sector. Very smooth through club.
Around turn 18 he goes, and over the line with an improvement of only 0.2. Does not manage to advance off of it.
Yeah, lost a bit of time P5 there in sector 3. The next person to set a lap will be Jamie Knott.
Alright, through he goes, and he will lay down a 126.9. Good for P5 at the moment. Edges out Legit Rhino.
Dots bails out of his lap. Pulling.
Yeah, only 2 drivers it looks like yet to lay down a time. Boriyoshi, however, for the moment still on provisional pole, hanging on to that 125.7. 7.5 that is, to Mikey DeYoung's 125.79. Good for P2.
Riding on board with Mikey. See what he can do here. He's only off by 4/100ths.
as we follow for the moment with Luke Allen, who looks to be up on his time by a small margin. What will it be here, though? Across the line he goes, and does not improve.
Mikey DeYoung's actually down on his time right now.
It appears so. Mikey DeYoung, of course, coming off a win in last night's British Grand Prix in the ARC F1 series. He finds himself currently standing in P7 for the Euro Series. Interestingly enough, only one podium on the season, of course, only 3 Grand Prix into it, but
Yeah. Just doesn't improve there. Go to Boryoshi, who actually is up by 5/100ths on his time. Ooh, he gets a bit scruffy there.
looks like it. Stepped out for a moment, and he is now down. He will not be improving on this lap. About 6.5 minutes left to go in qualifying.
He knows.
He does,
He's
yeah.
gonna bail out.
Backed right out. Into the pits he goes. He knows he can cycle through with enough time to maybe even get one more.
Though. Al Hasman's coming out of the corner, and I think this could be good enough for pole here. No.
Not
He
quite.
lost some time there in the last sector. He was up by 2/10.
Oh, and we have a spin. Jay Ratter is having a spin there, it looks like, in... Where is that? Coming out of 14. Back on he goes. No damage for his troubles.
Wasted set of tires. That's about it.
Of course. Not much movement, however, up the top of the timing board. Few drivers even with laps yet to be laid down. Here we are with only about a third left in the session.
Ooh, Will almost loses it coming through Stowe. Doesn't invalidate. By the grace of God. Is he gonna improve? Yes, he will.
Over the
P6
line
only,
to
but
jump legit Rhino for P6, yeah, on the 127.1.
Matthew Stotts goes quickest. Where did that come from?
And on his first lap out, Matthew Stotts on provisional pole with the 125.5, 2/10 better than Boryoshi, who is holding down that 125.7 for most of the session. However, I imagine it'll be a scramble between that top 5 or so, barring Matt Stotts, of course, to get back out and get a good lap in.
Oh, Connor Hannigan validates.
Rhino, however, coming across with a lap there, and he does manage to improve on the 126.8. Jumps Jamie Knock as well as Will. Good for P6 at the moment, and it's an early retirement for Boryoshi there from P2. He'll be holding down the 125.75, hoping to maintain that position. Oh, and it's an off here for Connor Hannick, it looks like. Lap already invalidated, though. He's just banking for the next one, I'm sure. With the time remaining, though, he'll only have one more to lay down, it looks like.
Yeah, he can only stay on for this. Excuse me a moment.
Lap invalidated there as well from Carbine Khan, so he'll be ducking in it as well. Only one more cycle left given the time. Time only left now if people were to go out to get one lap in, of course, so Matt Stott's sitting very nicely on that 125.5. I'm sure we'll see Mikey de Jong look to improve, of course, as well as Abdul Al-Hazmi, and I'm sure Legit Rhino, but Jamie Knox, surprisingly, currently sitting P7 with the 126.9. Had a better time as far as qualifying was concerned last night, so I'm sure he sees room to improve as well.
Sorry about that, Alex. I had to get a drink.
No problem.
What do we got?
We've got time for about one more lap if people were to go out right now. It may even be too late. They would
Yeah, I
have to
think
kind of
it's too
push
late.
from here.
Oh,
Only a few starting to trickle out, but I can't imagine that those two currently finding their way out, Abdul Al-Hazmi as well as the Aston of Mikey de Jong, they may not even have time to complete a lap here.
look at a minute 24. That's pretty much what they're setting down for lap times. They're gonna have to make.
They would have to push to some margin through this outlap to make it to the line with enough time. However, the AlphaTauri, it looks like, of Jay Radders as well as that Mercedes of Luke Allen seem to be good here. They should make it. Oh, and I think Mikey de Jong and Abdullah Hazmi sort of sense the urgency. They have kind of picked up the pace by a small margin. That second AlphaTauri behind them, I don't think will make it with enough time of Manx joy. So, it's
Yeah, they're
game
gonna
on
have to
here.
push.
Game on for Will, first to cross the line on this buzzer beater of sorts, we can call it. And he'll be pushing, hoping to advance here from P8. Next over, of course, will be the Mercedes of Connor Hannick. And then behind him, Luke Allen. Oh, and we already have an invalidation here. It looks like... Oh, I think that's on an
It's
outlap, actually.
Al-Hazmi.
Disregard it.
Oh yeah. With 4 seconds to spare, you're right.
I did
Man,
not
X-Joy
think...
tried to cut the corner to get. This wasn't gonna.
I really
Wasn't
did
meant to
not
be.
think that Mikey de Jong and Abdul Al-Hazmi would have enough time to make it across the line, but of course, Al-Hazmi making it over with 2 seconds to spare. Matthew Stotts will have to sit on that 125.5. Boryoshi as well in P2 with the 125.7. So, game on as mentioned. Will currently laying down a slight improvement. Oh, and he's instantly up on his time. Had a moment there, and he's 3/10 up. We'll need to lay down a real miracle of a third sector here.
Yep. Just not clean through Stowe, goes
Oh,
wide,
and
invalidates.
he's invalidated.
He's gonna duck off. That means point our attention to
Next
Connor
will
Hannick.
be Connor Hannick, yep. Following along. Seems to be improving by a small margin. Let's see here. Through 18 he comes now. Over the line. And he advances to
and Luke
P11.
spun round.
Oh, and it is a spin for the other Mercedes of Luke Allen. However, Jay Routers will cross the line, will not improve from P5. Mike de Jong will advance to P2, and it's pole position for Abdullah Hazmi, pulling it out right at the end by about half a tenth over Matt Stotts' final time. Abdullah Hazmi has pole position here at Silverstone for the 2023 Euro Series ARC Formula One British Grand Prix.
That is a mouthful.
That is quite the mouthful. I mean, it'll be something once we get to frickin' Emilia Romagna, you know what I'm saying?
But we saw these times last night.
Yeah, it's, you know, quite the same shuffle as we saw from last night's Grand Prix, with only a handful of drivers making it into the 125s, but it is pole position there for Abdul Al-Hazmi, with Matt Stotts having him to keep company there, P2. Mike de Jong getting P3, and Boryoshi will line up alongside him. Jay Ratter is getting P5, and Legit Rhino P6 with the 126.8. Jamie Knock and Will Racing will line up alongside each other. Will Racing Will, sorry. P7 and P8 for both of them. Carbine Con and Luke Allen, P9 and P10. And it's Connor Hannick and Manx Joy lining up behind them in the final two positions outside the points. I believe we did have one grid penalty of sorts to be assessed to Tyler Crabtree, who will be starting from the back of the grid.
Yeah, lucky for him, it's only 14th. It's all to play for. Catch your breath. Hopefully turn one is good.
Hoping so. I mean, given the qualifying pace, I'm sure we'll see the packs start to form and drivers start to separate from each other after the first few laps sort of work themselves out.
Get your usual suspects up at the front, and then everybody's in a fight for those final points there. Oh, Matthew Stotts was actually kicked from the lobby and just got back in.
Looks like it.
He ain't qualified, P2.
Man, so will this be a redemption drive for old Stotts? Looks like we're still waiting for the last few drivers to trickle in now.
All right. There was light. Oh,
All right. It looks like we're off. That was
Matthew Stotts did not get a good start.
does not appear so. It's Abdullah Hazmi already pulling out by some margin, and Mikey DeYoung making the move early on Boryoshi
Oh,
for
there's trouble
P2.
at the back.
More trouble at the back. Yeah, look at all that damage. A lot of debris on the track at the moment. Cautions are out in Sector 1. Full course caution at the moment.
Oh,
And it is a 5-second penalty for Tyler Crabtree for severe collision. He is without a front wing at the moment, currently sitting in P12. Lots of damage, it looks like, across the back of the grid there. H. Collins also without a wing. Looks to have some major underfloor damage as well.
yeah.
And safety
It
car
was a
has
big
been
crunch.
deployed.
An expensive crash.
Well, you were hoping for something in turn 1 and you certainly got it. Let's see. Tire choice, why not that? Looks like the first two, Abdullah Hazmi and Mikey DeYoung, electing to take the hard tires. And it's an early retirement for Matt Stotts. Wow. From a great qualifying spot. I think he may have gotten caught in the tangle. He may have even lagged out. But that's an early retirement.
He couldn't get control of his car.
Boryoshi currently in P3, electing to take the softs. He'll probably be in early, of course, to take the hards and take it to the end from there. One lap in the books, of course, under the safety car, though. They'll be looking to pick it up.
There's a lot of cars
through
down
here.
the pit lane here.
Let's see for position change off the front. Off the start of the race, it looks like Tyler Crabtree from the final racing position all the way up to P9. That's 5 spots he's advanced. Connor Hannick making up 4 positions to P7. And it looks like everybody else moving right up the grid after the early DNF from Matt Stotts, unfortunately. Legit Rhino, however, looking to have caught the short end of the stick in that little scenario because he's dropped 5 positions from P6, unfortunately.
Yeah, luckily the safety car will equalize the field again. We'll be able to do that all over again.
Looks to be so. Waiting for the last few that had to pit for damage repair to catch the back of the grid now. Of course, plenty of debris left to be cleaned up anyway, so... Any time behind the safety car is probably good for that. Lots of little bits and pieces flying off in that incident. It looked to be at least 4 or 5 cars that all just kind of accordioned into each other.
Oh yeah, it was expensive.
So, possible race strategies presented by Amazon World Services there. We see the hard to medium compound strategy, or the two-stop, soft to medium to soft. I don't suppose that many drivers will be taking on the game's word for it for tire strategy. Already seeing many drivers elect to start on the hard tires. Boriyoshi, of course, starting on the softs himself, so inverting the possible strategy of the front runners.
I believe that this will be our last lap under safety car.
Hoping so. It looks like it is Tyler Crabtree into the pits, so we will wait on him to make a stop and rejoin the grid, hopefully before they make it through this lap far enough to have to go around again.
Yeah.
So, Tyler Crabtree is back out again, elects to...
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Discord, just trying to see. No one's really saying anything that happened in the incident. I was just trying to see if anybody was speaking.
Electing to take the hard tires, he will now catch the back of the grid, looks like with plenty of time for the safety car to be able to come in this lap and for us to resume for the next lap.
Lights are still on, so the decision will have to come late.
Oh, it looks like it. Oh, and I'm not sure that by now that he will catch the back with enough time for the safety car to be able to come in. And we may be... Yep, we will be behind the safety car for another lap, it looks like. So, for Boriyoshi, currently sitting P3 on those soft tires, that's basically 3 free laps that he's gotten out of that lap 1 incident.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to attack these guys fast. Those tires.
Let's see, anybody else electing to take the soft tires? It does not seem so. It is hard tires for the front two, Abdullah Hazmi and Mikey DeYoung. Hard tires as well for Jay Ratters. But then mediums for Carbine Khan and Jamie Knox, sitting currently P5 and 6. Bit of a mix from there, though. P7 and P8 of Connor Hannock and Will both electing for hards. Luke Allen and H. Collins taking the mediums behind them. Seems to be in pairs. Manx Joy, however, hard tires. And then Legit Rhino, medium tires. Tyler Crabtree, hard tires.
Yeah, it was from Luke on down of the drivers that pit under that initial safety car.
A lot of damage repair, I'm sure, that needed to occur given just the amount of debris that was on the track after the incident.
Yeah, hopefully nobody has ooh, sorry, floor damage. Oh, I believe Tyler Crabtree pit to serve his 5 second.
Oh, it looks like it. He's clear of a penalty now. And I'm sure, given that the grid is fully stacked now, it seems that we will be back to racing come the next lap. Mike DeYoung getting up close and personal with Abdullah Hazmi, letting him know he's there. All in good fun, though. Those two, of course, are teammates for the Friday night ARC F1 series.
Yeah, and they've been able to walk that championship thus far. So, looking to honestly pick up where they left off last night. Boriyoshi wasn't in the race last night. He's looking to do something here in his home Grand Prix. And they're going.
They are off. Abdullah Hazmi taking an early getaway there. And already up a second. He seems to have caught Mikey DeYoung napping by at least some margin. Boriyoshi hoping to pick up the scraps of that. Does not seem to be advancing well enough on Mikey DeYoung to make an early move, though. However, on those soft tires, you can only imagine that he will be aiming to do so soon enough.
Right. In order to make the strategy work, he's got to attack early.
Not much movement off the restart, it looks like. Oh, Tyler Crabtree making a move, however. Legit Rhino possibly looking to make it back around the outside.
Oh, this is going to be sketchy.
Oh, and a bit wide there for Legit Rhino. May not have had space, not sure. But it is Tyler Crabtree gaining the position there up to P11.
Now Hazmi's kind of pulling a gap here.
Looks like it. Another gap already forming. Oh, as Will takes the inside position there on Connor Hannick. Good for P7.
Yeah, he's already pulled that gap to over a second.
Gap's already forming and already 2 seconds back from Boriyoshi to P4 J Ratters.
Ooh, the Mercedes alongside the Red Bull there.
Jamie Knock here coming right up to the back of Carbine Khan, hoping for that P5 position. Oh, and there may be contact there. Looks to be contact. Jamie Knock backs out slightly. But he will press the issue further, it looks like.
Yeah, and he cut the corner.
It looks like it on that corner. You know, maybe a little seethe going on there, but he does cut the corner. Good for a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. But he is looking to make that move back as soon as he can. He's not happy with the result he got off the contact with Carbine Khan.
Yeah, he's kind of nowhere for him to go. DRS is popped.
Oh, and he looks to make the slip up the inside here. Not quite enough, it looks like. More contact.
And they collide again. And they collide again.
Jamie Knock, of course, pressing the issue. 2 wheels into the grass, around the outside. And Carbine Khan finally backs out. Will looks like picking up the pieces of that problem. On the hard tires, makes it up through Carbine Khan as well. Looking to take the troubles to Jamie Knock now. He is racing him pretty hard, it looks like. Yeah. On the hard compound tires, he seems to have gotten them warmed up to some
Oh!
extent. Big step there.
Yeah, we say that as he just... Well, those rears are warm now.
He did
Here
manage to
comes
main.
Setchel.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Holding
That
the
was
outside is Will.
close. Couldn't fit a piece of paper between. Oh, the Ferrari up ahead. Oh! Jamie knock all sorts of sideways coming out of the final corner. Oh! Medium is not agreeing with the Ferrari.
It looks like it. And as this battle happens, a battle at the back, it looks like H. Collins, Connor Hannick, and Legit Rhino all up close and personal. Some slight contact, it looks like, as Legit Rhino runs a bit wide. Connor Hannick, of course, already sitting on a, looks like a track limits penalty. However, he does make the slip on H. Collins. Good for P10. Into the points he goes. The issue getting taken right back to him, though, it looks like.
Collins got to worry about Rhino here, though.
It looks like it as well, yeah. Rhino hoping to... Oh, wow.
All wide.
Extremely wide there.
It's a different circuit.
Oh, and has Mikey DeYoung made a
front.
move at the front? It looks like Mikey DeYoung has made a move very quietly in Al-Hazmi for the lead.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, he just closed the gap and was by.
Both of them, of course, on hard compound tires, probably running the same strategy that they elected for last night.
Hard to medium.
Some more movement up the grid.
Oh,
Jay Radders, it looks, is off. Had an incident there in the final corner through turn 18. And the AlphaTauris find themselves plumb last for their troubles.
Oh, here comes Rhino up the back of the Ferrari. He almost didn't get him cleared. Woo. Oh, Connor's had an off. Mercedes troubles continue. Well, actually, Luke Allen's up into P6.
Rhino now seems to be kind of taking off on H. Collins and will be holding P9, chasing Tyler Crabtree down in P8.
Just got a 3-second time penalty.
H. Collins as well picking one up, trying to maintain the interval from...
Oh, and he's around.
A big spin there, finds himself backwards, back forwards, clean recovery, not much damage. And off they go.
Connor Hannick on the back of AP Radders, not going to be able to get it done. They're going to split this Ferrari. Oh,
they're going to
that
try
was
to. Wow.
Questionable by Collins. He just moves right up in front of the AlphaTauri, and AlphaTauri is going to elect to pit. Radders was not a fan of whatever just happened.
Radders electing to take the short exit, possibly with some irreparable damage, but we'll watch from the sidelines for the trouble. Connor Hannick taking the trouble to this Ferrari of Collins, and they are racing very tight here. Connor Hannick a little wide.
Oh,
a little wider.
You're told to give the position back. Guess not. He is given the position. And for his trouble, he's slammed into by the Ferrari. And the Ferrari's just going to spin it out on his own almost too. What just happened?
Interesting turn of events here at the back of the grid. Does not appear to be damage for either of them, interestingly enough.
Yeah, the top three are just kind of in a league of their own.
Seems so. However, Al-Hazmi not dropping back from Mikey DeYoung by any means after Mikey making that move Got to be 2 laps ago at this point. Still maintaining about a half a
Jamie
second
knocks
gap.
around at the start-finish line.
Oh no. He corrects, but he drops 2, 3 positions now, down to P8.
He was struggling with those rears. And X-Joy also around, coming out of Beckett's. All drivers struggling for rear grip right now. Jamie Knox gonna go right back by Tyler Crabtree. Apparently my house wants to be loud right now.
Crabtree hoping to make a move back, but did not have the space there to be able to. Drops back by about half a second now. Abdullah Al-Hazmi right up to the back of Mikey de Jong. Looks to make the slip up the inside. Oh, and he steps out. A big step there. What a recovery. Wow. Heart must be pounding.
Connor Hannock around again. Look for Boryoshi to pit this lap. He's really pushing the tires. We saw a lot of guys in the softs last night pit.
Yeah, the window is certainly open for those soft and medium tire runners now. Boryoshi, of course, being the only soft tire runners.
Luke Allen into 5th. These guys slowly but surely move themselves up the grid order.
Al-Hazmi still sticking tight to Mikey de Jong. It is the smallest gap between any 2 drivers on the grid at the moment.
Oh, we got a 3-way fight. Setchel's caught the back of Luke Allen, as well as Jamie Knock trying to get the spots he lost back. And Jamie goes too wide and receives a 3-second penalty for seconds.
Oh, and mistake there from Setchel is it'll probably allow Jamie Knock up the inside here. It does appear so. Ooh. Around the outside now, and it looks like, oh, no contact. But Jamie Knock does gain the position. Up into P6 he goes. Boryoshi will pit for his troubles here on lap 13. Off those soft tires. It was a good call.
Onto the medium.
Luke Allen having a moment there, it looks like. May have spun and had an off.
Well.
He's dropped from, what was that, P5 I believe, now running P8. Caught up with him right as he was rejoining, so didn't see the extent of his troubles, but unfortunate for him, still in the
lap
points.
1 incident and was able to recover all the way up to 5th, but
I mean, with about half the race left, I'm sure that that's plenty enough time for him to chip away at least. Now with Tyler Crabtree still looking to make the move on Setchel for P5, and it is Mikey de Jong and Abdullah Hazmi still fighting it out for that lead position. They're wheel to wheel at the moment. Mikey de Jong just with enough to maintain.
and while they're doing this, Boryoshi's running in clean air aside for Luke Allen. He's got the fresher, softer tires.
Take a look at the pit count now. Oh, and as we call it, it is...
This is a safety car.
A safety car.
Tyler Crabtree
seems to have had an incident as we were following along with the leaders.
Oh, this is going to completely crush Boryoshi's strategy.
It certainly has. Boryoshi electing to take the medium tires off of his first stint on softs. A smart call, and I actually don't think this will hurt him very much, to be honest. It will, of course, be most helpful to the leaders and everybody, I think, from P1 to P5 that is yet to pit, but it's less tires that, or less laps that he has to worry about on his own tires.
This is killer for Boryoshi, but this is huge for guys like Luke Allen, Connor Hannick.
Couple early pits now. Connor Hannick, H. Collins into the pits. Oh, and it is the AlphaTauri of Manx Joy picking up the drive-through penalty for speeding, unfortunately.
Can't serve that on a pit stop. I mean, under safety car.
3 retirements already, so of the remaining cars, it looks like there will only be 1 out of the points. Plenty of points still to be fought for. And leaders will both duck into the pits. Mikey de Jong and Abdul Al-Hazmi will, moving up into P3, also into the pits he goes. Jamie Knock in P4 will also elect to go into the pits. And, of course, Legit Rhino, all the leaders from P1 down to P5 have all elected to pit on this safety car. And back out the lead 2 go, it looks like on medium compound tires. And yes, it is mediums for both of them. Some softs, it looks like. Jamie Knock electing to take the softs. Boryoshi, still on his mediums, moves up to P3 for his troubles. Through the pit cycle, even under safety car, still manages to come out on the good side of it. Will electing to take the medium tires. Jamie Knock onto the softs down in P5.
Someone just came out of the pit and absolutely spun.
Was it Setchel by chance?
Man X Joy, I believe, and then just retired.
Oh. Another retirement, so all remaining racing positions will be point scoring positions.
Jamie Knock being on those softs. Bit dangerous. He's been rapid all day. Just had to spin to mire himself down the order, but
It is quite the gamble, but seeing the success that Boryoshi had in his first stint, I'm sure that he thinks that he can pull it off, especially being that with, you know, plenty of space to the back of the grid, plenty of time left for those cars to catch the pack and resume racing. I think we'll be around for another lap, and another lap that Jamie Knock does not have to spend burning those soft tires, I think, is only going to benefit him, and he may be looking at a shot at a podium position here because of it. Oh, but no, into the pits he will go, interestingly enough. Maybe thought twice, but it's also Setchel right behind him also into the pits. Electing to take the hards.
Pressure set of softs. Nope, it's a medium.
It will be mediums, and Setchel serving his drive-through penalty under the safety car very cleverly.
Can't serve a drive-through. Drive-through, no pit stop. He goes to mediums.
Oh, he does go to mediums, that's right. My apologies. Jamie Knock also electing to take the mediums. I'm sure he could have made those softs stick out, but big step there as he tries to get some heat into them. And I really don't know why. What?
Yeah,
I don't know why he didn't stay on the softs. I think he could have made it work, but he may have just kind of second guessed himself on that one. So
Connor Hannick has to push like mad to catch the back of the grid here. He's in danger of going a lap down.
P1 to B5, of course, all running the medium compound tires. Luke Allen in P6 now on the softs. Jamie Knock, P7, was holding down a P5 position under safety car with his soft compound tires, elected to duck into the pits for the medium compound. Now runs P7, and Luke Allen has kind of just taken up mantle as the first soft compound tire runner, hoping to snatch up some positions on those various compounds ahead of him.
Not going in this lap, no.
Does not look like it. Connor Hannick still playing catch up by quite some margin.
Yeah, he'll get caught up within the lap. We'll be able to go.
It will be one more around under safety car as we wait.
Zal has me have something for Mikey de Jong here. So everybody who finishes his race right now gets points, so it's a positive outlook.
Yes, all positions, as mentioned, of course, point scoring positions. Everybody in this race will go down in the ARC history books for all of time.
The lore. Well, tried to light my instant, turns out I just torched it back, right? Oh. Alright, Connor finally caught up.
Looks like it. Coming through the end of Sector 1 now, and we will be back to racing for lap number
Luke
18.
Luke Allen's on the softs.
He is running P6 at the moment. He is the first, or I guess the highest, soft compound runner.
The only car not on medium.
Oh, is it really every other car, huh? Yeah, it looks like it.
Car on the grid has a medium except for the Mercedes and Luke.
Penalties yet to be assessed, of course. Jamie Knopf currently sitting on 6 seconds, unfortunately. H. Collins with the 3-second penalty. And, take a look at how things have shaken up so far. Plenty of advancements, of course. At least one position gained for most of the grid, with Matt Stotts having an early retirement after qualifying P2. Great qualifying run from him, of course, but unfortunately he did fall back to the end of the grid by the end of the first lap after an early retirement.
He wasn't able to take control of his car, and when he did, it just retired him, so through no fault of his own.
Will in the Red Bull moving up 4 positions from P8 where he started, as well as Luke Allen moving up 4 positions from P10. And H. Collins, the other big gainer. Yep, when will it be? And it looks like he's off. He gets a good getaway here.
Oh, Luke Allen did not. Dropped way down the order. Oh no.
Good getaway, but Al-Hazmi does catch up right to the back of him rather quickly. Oh, and plenty of penalties coming out here for ignoring yellow flags. Oh. Those will be 5-second penalties to be assessed later.
Oh, it comes Al-Hazmi.
Al-Hazmi dipping 2 onto the grass to try to make it around the long way on Mikey de Jong. Did not have enough run in it, though. Does maintain 0.2 of a gap to him, though. Looking up the inside here. Tucks back in. And those Red Bulls, P3 and P4, are not far behind now. Will looking to make up a position on Boryoshi if possible.
Yeah, Boryoshi's tires are a bit older than everybody else's.
It wasn't even that great of a getaway for Mikey de Jong, however. Pace alone after the first few corners has kept him in the lead. with Abdul Al-Hazmi maintaining about half a second of a gap behind him. Another half a second back to Boryoshi in the final podium position. Those gaps already coming down as they start to bunch up a bit. Not much more movement down the rest of the grid. Luke Allen making up a position after his rough start on the restart.
Yeah, Collins had a moment where he rode a curb and almost got airborne.
Was assessed a penalty for the trouble. Luke Allen looking to recover from P8, already up one position on those soft compound tires. Of course, only about 8 laps left to race.
I feel like Silverstone goes really quick, even with those safety cars. It's been pretty rapid.
This top four already pulling quite a substantial gap to the rest of the pack, up nearly 3.5 seconds already.
Ooh, Al-Hazmi.
Oh, big step there, yeah. Mikey de Jong with a little bit of a slip too, also coming through that chicane. Over the line they go, and it will be fastest lap for Al-Hazmi for the moment.
Even with the rear stepping out. Setchel trying to get past. Oh, he's going to dive it up the inside. Legit Rhino. Rhino trying to hold his own. You're done.
Owen Setchel getting the DRS as well through the detection point, so getting a big boost to slip away from Rhino. Rhino still maintaining.
Well, Luke had another spin.
Oh, and those soft compound tires just not seem to be working out for Luke Allen back there, currently P9. Oh, and I think
guaranteed 2 points though.
We missed another retirement though of Jamie Knock.
Yeah, he took another penalty and probably quits. Oh, has me just not close enough.
Rhino looking to make the move on Setchel, has it up the inside. Setchel taking it right back though.
If I was Rhino, I'd let him go. He's got...
Oh, and Al-Hazmi has crept right up to the back of Mikey de Jong as well.
Setchel's got 8 seconds of penalties. That's going to put him down into most likely P7, P8. Al-Hazmi just has the pace. He just can't get the move done.
It looks like it. Biding his time, he knows he has plenty of racing still left to go. Got 6 laps.
Will's kind of lost touch with the top 3, but a good run nonetheless. It's just a lap that Al-Hazmi gets it done. Laps are running out. So hard to drive through here, Alex, with right up to the back of a car. Good exit. I don't know. He's gonna have it. Where does he go? The inside?
Oh, he takes the inside and he breezes through. Mike de Jong not putting up much of a fight. Maybe looking to make a return move here. He does not. However, that has brought Boryoshi into the fold as well. And it is
quietly been sitting here all day, just doing everything right.
Al-Hazmi taking the fastest lap as well as the lead of the race here with 5 to go.
Took the fastest lap away from himself. Got the pace, obviously on pole for the race. He turned it into a win. And here comes Mikey. Asmi gives him the inside. Ooh, there's contact between Setchel and Legit Rhino. Nothing major though. Now 11 seconds for Setchel. That could put him all the way down into P9. Well, actually, never mind. Due to the fact that Collins has 6 seconds, might not mean much.
Luke Allen after the spin, making up a position, and of course the two drivers ahead of him both
Oh,
having...
he spun round. He spun round by Collins. Oh, that's a safety car with 4 to go.
And Collins has
Whoa.
crashed out of the race. Luke Allen, wow. Just so unfortunate now
Does anybody
without a
pit?
front wing.
Oh. Oh.
Into the
Boryoshi's
pits,
lead.
the two
Oh,
leaders
no.
go, and
I don't
Boryoshi
know
has
how this...
stayed out.
Same with Will.
Oh, and let's see.
Everybody
On
else is
10
gonna
lap
pit.
old tires, Boryoshi will stay out and hold the lead of the race under safety car. He will have to hope that we will only have 1, maybe 2 laps left to race once the safety car comes back in. Can only imagine it'll be soft
pit
tires.
entry, and he's prepared to die on this hill.
Al-Hazmi and Mikey de Jong both electing for the soft tires. Setchel making his way up into P3. Of course, sitting on plenty of penalty time, but he will nevertheless be some type of hindrance, can only imagine, one way or another. That is for teammate Al-Hazmi as well as Mikey de Jong.
Yeah, everybody on the grid onto the hard softs. Well, actually, no. Everybody pit onto the softs except for the top 3.
So yes, everybody who did elect to pit has chosen to take the softs. And man, Boryoshi may be kind of getting hung out here. Tires about 3 laps of wear older than teammate Will's behind him.
How does this play out?
It looks like with Luke Allen as far back as he is, we will be behind safety car for another lap. So that means we will get back to racing most likely with 2 to go. And I mean, I must say, if Setchel is a team player, he'll kind of realize the situation and give Al-Hazmi at least an opportunity to fight those 2 Red Bulls up front on those older medium compound tires. Mikey de Jong, I'm sure he'll put up a fight for not being a teammate. However, Mikey de Jong being the front runner of the race for most of it up to this point.
Will's gonna do his best to keep people behind and protect his teammate in the lead, but with these 2 guys behind them on fresh softs, it's gonna be easier said than done, that's for sure. I don't know who's had a more up and down day than Luke Allen. I mean, he's just if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all, Alex.
You know, couldn't agree more. However, he does get a fresh wing and a fresh set of soft compound tires to try to make what he can out of it. Currently racing from P8. He has caught the back of the pack now, so we will be back to green flag racing next time over the line.
You want a sprint format? Here's one here. 2 to go. Green, white checker. Can the Red Bulls keep the Williams and the Aston Martin behind? Well,
Race
Alex, get
control.
ready.
Yep. Calling now that the safety car will be in. Field starting to stack up. And it is on the go of Boryoshi here.
When's he gonna go? In the middle of Stowe, out of Stowe.
Does
Wait to
not
club.
seem
He's
to
gonna
be
go
off
now.
yet. And he is off. He is off, building quite a lead already off of teammate Will. Gets a great jump and seems to have caught at least Setchel napping as well. Abdullah Hazmi not quite falling for it, all the way up to the back of Setchel now, and runs
Oh!
into the back of his teammate, giving space for Mikey de Jong to go right up the outside around both of them. Into the podium position he goes, and Abdullah Hazmi's taking the fight right back to him. Mikey de Jong backing out for the moment. And wow, what a series of events there. Setchel.
Oh, Mikey de Jong takes a penalty.
Mikey de Jong takes a
5
penalty, and
seconds for
Setchel
ignoring yellow. Oh, that would probably
is
be
into
removed.
Connor Hannick, and Connor Hannick is around at the back of the grid. Mikey de Jong taking a penalty that we will call a phantom penalty for the moment.
Yeah, that should be through no fault of his own. He wasn't trying to pass anybody there.
And Luke Allen,
Will
wow.
doing his best right now to hold off Al Hazmi to try and, but there's just so much grip in the Williams.
Yeah, on those older medium compound tires, just nothing he can do there. May get swallowed up here by Mikey de Jong as well. Mikey de Jong right up into the back of him, taking the fight right to him. Will doing all he can, and it is Mikey de Jong slipping right through. Boryoshi is off and running with about a second and a half to work with here. However, that gap already down to about a second just in the time that I've mentioned it.
You know that Englishman's heart has got to be pounding right now. He's in the lead.
Oh, and it is...
Oh boy.
That is a stomach-dropping purple lap for Abdullah Hazmi. Stomach-dropping, of course, for Boryoshi, knowing that that man is creeping up right on him. Gap now down to less than half a second.
Already there.
He is there indeed. On the final lap now, Boryoshi looking to hang on with all that he can. On 11-lap-old medium tires to Boryoshi's 1-lap-old fresh softs.
So
drifts a bit, has the inside though. And Al Hazmi will try to maintain that outside line. They are wheel to wheel, but it is Boryoshi seems to have gotten a bit of a better getaway.
Here comes Mikey.
Mikey de Jong right up into the back of Abdullah Hazmi as well. And this is the fight for the win.
It's all going to depend here on the exit heading onto the hangar straight, Alex. Who's going to get... Oh, there's a block thrown.
Abdullah Hazmi gets slightly into the back of Boryoshi and gets hung out a bit for it, and Mikey de Jong may be looking to make the move for the trouble. Around the outside,
exactly
Abdullah Hazmi maintaining it. Boryoshi hanging on by a thread here. Through the final chicane we go, and it is Mikey de Jong making the move up past Al Hazmi, looking to make the inside slip on Boryoshi. Will it be enough? And Mikey de Jong is around, and Abdullah Hazmi will not push him over the line. With Legit Rhino sneaking up through for the final podium position as well, but Boryoshi hanging on by a thread for that final lap. What a lap that was.
Oh my Lanta.
And there you have it, Boryoshi in the Red Bull.
Boryoshi wins his home Grand Prix.
On that final safety car,
finish, Alex.
He hung it out. Everybody else ducked in for the soft tires, and he was living on a prayer, and he made it work. Congratulations to him. What a win. What a final lap that was. Shame that there was trouble towards the end, literally within about 200 meters of the finish line.
Yeah, well, they got across. The crash happened as... He was sideways as he came across the line.
He was, and Legit Rhino did manage to sneak through, as mentioned, just in the kerfuffle. Takes the final podium position.
Well, I think that'll be reversed. Mikey de Jong, that penalty is what took him off the podium. He did finish P2, but he got, like you said, those phantom penalty. But wow, what a finish, Alex. We got a 2-lap sprint right to the
What a
end, and it didn't
race.
disappoint.
That top three was just gunning on each other the whole way through, and it was quite the exhilarating minute and a half, I must say. But there you have it, folks. Boriyoshi coming away with the win here in the ARC 2023 F1 Euro Series British Grand Prix. Abdullah Hazmi takes the second position, and pending the stewards, it may be Mikey DeYoung with the final podium position and Legit Rhino taking P4. Will coming in and, with with not much expectation, holds down P5. Luke Allen makes it for P6 after quite the roller coaster of a race. Connor Hannick takes P7, and with a short grid as it was anyway, we are happy that we got the race that we did, I'm sure.
Oh, Alex, that was to get. I believe that might be Boriyoshi's first career win, and coming at his home Grand Prix with a strategy call like that couldn't happen to a nicer guy. No bias here. Team owner, you just feel good for the kid. What
It,
a race, what a finish, what a bold call.
it
Took a
was,
lot of balls to make that.
and as well, it took great, clean defense. He had his elbows out, but not too aggressively. He knew exactly what he had to do and what he had to maintain to get over the line in first, and he did exactly that.
I
Congratulations
mean,
to him.
Will was deciding factor, holding up those two guys just enough to let his teammate get away. Call it a Checo Perez moment, but he shined in the light.
Well, folks, there you have it. From here, the ARC 2023 Euro F1 Series. We'll catch you next week, I believe. Let me check the schedule
Yeah, what do we have
right real
next week,
quick.
Alex?
It looks like we will be racing the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, next weekend. We'll catch you back here next Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. Signing off.